when he's sitting there against me, he's got Dave sat next to him, so that's Dave's audiences. And he's got Corey engaging him, so that's Corey's. He's got Angie engaging him, so that's Angie's. So he's got all these people engaging with him as he's speaking about these horrendous allegations that he's invented. And it was his narrative. Now, he had Dave, Corey, Angie to spread that narrative. All them audience chatter, and it goes further, further, further. But when he's trying to spread this narrative towards DG, Corey, all these might have the little TikTok indifferences with them, but they're not willing to spill the narrative. So it's dying. The only people that are spinning the narrative towards DG the core now are his own people, TPR. And this is what you need to start looking at now. We're all looking at him and his behaviour, and we're all seeing the victims count up. You know, he's going into 6 or 7 victims in 3 months. That's what he's created. So while we focus on this, what about all these? These are funding it. They're not putting it into no water well in Sudan. They're not putting it into no, you know, major food outings in the city centres to feed the homeless. He's not putting it into a knife initiative. He's not putting it into a DV initiative. He's putting his money into going, will you go and smash that house up or get your 15 tonne dropped off? The 15 tonnes recovered on the hype, on the back of the criminal damage. Why? Because, like DHB, yo kid, got a little 11 tonne there, do you want to go and smash DHB's out? Yeah, I will. No one dangerous, just some little runt from the area on the sniff. Yeah, I'll do it, bang. Gone round, done it. The traffic on his platform, the gifts off his people. Covers the next event. Then the next event, and everything you're seeing him do criminally is not coming from criminal profit. It's coming from TikTok profit. So when you've got these TPR people gifting him massively, he can bank, but he can also terrorise people to protect his domain. And this is what you do if you're on the streets dealing drugs. The only commodity here is him and his violence and duck life. You don't need drugs, ease the sale. But it's exactly the same. Make money off drugs. Anyone with it. Get them dealt with instantly. Why? Because it affects me money. The only thing that's missing in that mindset of his is the drugs in the middle. He's getting the same amount of money. He's doing the same activity he'd do if he was selling drugs in the city of Liverpool or Wales. These little outside towns that he goes to tether the young lads in. Doesn't do it in Liverpool, he does it in like the little, you know, the places like Chester, Ellesmere Port, places like that. So yeah, DG the caller, I heard him saying when he was speaking to him the other day, Darren hates me. Well, what have I got to hate you for? I know you've came in a few times, tried to sabotage me over the last 2 years, like. But that's nothing to hate for, mate. It's nothing to hate for. I look at stories, mate, I just don't watch the personality, like. I look where you've come from, because where you've come from is what you are. It's what you are. Look, with me, people can see my past and my present, and they can see a complete opposite. But it doesn't mean I'm not him. So I've got that story you can follow. Why? Because you can see him and then you can see me. So I can see him and then I can see DG the core. Why? Because I've looked at him, watched him for a bit before all the whatever's gone on. So I know what I'm dealing with. Why? Because you've got him and you've seen Not much of a change to become DG Decor. There weren't much change needed, was there? Didn't have to reinvent himself. Hasn't committed no serious crimes. Hasn't targeted no one or upset no one. Do you understand? So there was no real... He didn't really have to reinvent himself. It's just fix up and act like someone. So with me knowing the Stalker, and when I've seen him, and I still see him today, 10 times worse than him 2 years ago, a year ago, there's no difference. There's nothing to say. You know, he's not looking to recover from his drug addiction. He's not looking to reform himself and not commit crimes. It's there on a plate, you see it. He promotes it to your kids. He screams it at your boyfriends. He encourages your fellas to get on the coke and get twisted on the Friday. That's him. You know, he keeps on going on about the man, I'm the man. And what he's trying to do there is plant seeds in your kid that this is what a man is. He's like a Timu version of Andrew Tate, but it's the same damage. It's the wrong idea of a man that some of your lads and some of your fellas are getting onto. Do you understand what I mean? You don't threaten women as a man. That's Andrew Tate behaviour. You don't slap women up when you don't get what you want. That's Andrew Tate behaviour. You don't drug people's drinks. That's Andrew Tate behaviour. Do you understand what I'm saying? He does it all. He does all that. You know, thinks women are inferior. Oh yeah, you've got them now. Women are the most important. But you've just got to realise he watches me intensely he watches me on a regular. And I can watch there, I can sit there watching and think, look at that, basically imitating what I say. So you see the caps he wears and the caps, he never does that shit, you know. He took that off me. It's like a little thing now, isn't it? The shades he's wearing now, most of the week, is when he's off his Barney. When he's not off his Barney, he hasn't got his shades on. You can see how caught up and troubled he is. You can see him. He's all agitated and he's... This is when he hasn't got his substances. When he's got his substances, he's all happy, I'm biggest man on the world. You know what it's like if you're in recovery, if you've had a drug addiction. You can see it in him. You know, every addict projects when they're on the drugs, they run the world. When they're not on the drugs, they're troubled. And that's it. When he's off his Barney, on his yayo, on his devil dust, he's a devil. When he's sniffing that shite, he thinks he's sitting there like he's... You'd only need some Godfather music in the background, wouldn't you? And there you go, lad. And that's the mindset he thinks he's like. So he sat in that villa, which to construct is worth millions, and he rents it. But when he's on the coke, he owns it. Do you understand what I mean? So now, when he's charged up, he's sitting in this 11.5 million, it is. He's just crazy. Honest, not even crazy. He's not even mad. He's just a tit. That's what he is. Just a pleb. Honest to God. And what he's doing to these kids, like, it's off it, mate. It's just off of what he's doing to, like, DG Decor and all that. Anyway, it is what it is. Keep it real, lad. He just, once he's on, he's just... You see me going, ba 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 ba, but it's just like common sense. You know, my mental health will make me talk a little bit fast, but it's not bullshit. It's the cocaine that makes him talk fast, and it's all bullshit. He's like any cokehead you get in the kitchen and the after parties. But he'll go through the same motions. You know, he'll sit there by himself like a mute. Can't speak. The only thing he can do is use his fingers. You know, at 2, 3 in the morning when he's not on live like that. Trolling. That's what he's like. Trust me, mate. Crazy. Well, not crazy. Not mad. He's just a tit. Like the way it's done that. Even though it's late in the evening and we're still having a little thing, I'm still able to entertain. You know? I know. I don't get the credit I deserve, do I? In such situations, I can still smile. Imagine a face on that wobbly looking specimen of a man. What's going on with him, lad? What's he done to himself? Physically and mentally. And now financially. And this is what you do. When you can't handle your loneliness, shit goes wrong for you, kid. You can't handle being a lone wolf because you're not built like this, kid. You can't handle your own company. There's too much shit to look at, isn't there? You've been pure deflecting since I've been watching you. You've been reversing the psychological outcome in your own advantage. Every time you've instigated bullshit, you reversed it so the people blame the other person instead of the real instigator. And this is what you're doing now, unfortunately, with DG Decor. And a lot of these kids, although they look great on screen, you know, because of the relevancy on TikTok, makes them shook outside. Standard. A few little situations outside makes it shaky for them outside. So when that comes, adding to that, making DG not step outside his door as much, isolating them more, spreading more narrative, making it more heavy, more pressurous, more anything can snap. And this cunt's doing it on a regular. Now what I've just been speaking about, some of you will understand exactly what I'm going to say. Anyone can snap. This is what they're doing. You know, he's putting people in bad places mentally. That once secure. So look at Corey, seen a video with him today with Dave. Now if you take that meeting back 6 months ago, like 2 months ago, I'm sure there was another meeting. It was all happy-go-lucky, yeah, great. Look at the second meeting. What's Corey like? That's going, he's only sat there with Dave, thinking Dave's setting him up. Who's done that to them? I thought they were in a little relationship, getting on fine. Someone pops up. Look at them now, lad. Corey can't even sit next to Dave without thinking he's being set up. Shit himself every time he goes out his house, that Corey. He's just not admitting it. He admits that he's intimidated. He admits that, oh, yeah, I feel scared. You know, just being right about it. What do you think the Stalker's going to do? Told you, do you think you're not saying this now? You were online 2 days ago, right? It's back on. You should test it. You know, come out, Corey, lad. Tell people how you're feeling about this situation. I can see right through you, me, kid. And I reckon most of the people that watch Corey can see right through it. You know, he's being shook up by a dirty, dying, drug-sniffing criminal. That's it, end of. And now when Corey comes out to talk, he's on full alert. When he's parking his car up, he's thinking, shall I park it down there? When he's going in his house, he's looking at his new camera that he's had installed, thinking, is this going to protect me? Why does this kid need that? He went from a little secure place, nice car, little business going fine, head in the right place, had his own little community, and then boom, gone. Business on the back burner, not focused on enough. And he's thinking about moving, he's got to change his car, police involved, this, that, coming on here, trying to style it because sending the messages, oh yeah. He's caught up in a corner, he's blocked off psychologically because of this. It needs people like him to come out and go, look, I'm feeling scared. I can't sleep the way I used to sleep. I can't do this. Once he comes out and you've got an honest kid like him going, look, I'm dealing with victim issues here off this. Perhaps people in TPR will finally go, you know what? I'm right. It's right. How can we stand here and watch this gangster, this Liverpool gangster who has damaged all sorts and committed all sorts of crimes, who continues to commit crimes in front of us, the same he's been doing since he was a kid. He's loading firearms walking past Dave. These are intimidation tactics that criminals use. If I wanted to intimidate you as a family, I wouldn't break your door down. I'd put a mask on and stand at your kitchen window until your mother see me and put the shits up her for the rest of her life and then disappear. Now, what he's doing, walking past with a gun, it's like letting his victims know from past and present, you know the risk. That's what it is. So when you hear me screaming about what he used to do in the early 2000s with Big Sam Cole, and he used to go clubbing, he used to have these birds and beauty parlours, they'd recruit youngsters, they'd get them out, they'd get them back to these after parties, give them this drink, they'd fall scatty, and you'd have all sorts of people going through them, some recording it. That type of stuff. When I scream that, that's not me coming from an angry little corner hating. That's coming from me doing research on him and who he was mixing with when he was targeting me years ago. And when he started coming out with these shit rumours, I go, the audacity of it. You've got to try to label me someone that damages young girls. And I know for a fact this getting 18, 19, 20-year-old girls and boys back to parties who are getting steam trained. So I spread that shit, I exposed that shit, told everyone about it in the city of Liverpool, and he cannot get away from it. Why? Because since I've spoke about it, there were serious people involved in that shit. It was a secret. Now it's not a secret. A lot of people don't want to engage with it because they can get put at risk of prosecution. You've got solicitors, police, counsellors, all sorts going to these gaffs, alongside local gangsters from all over the country, whether it's Bradford. I'll leave that there. But ask Ian Ungie. Sam, tell everyone about Uncle Ian. Again, this isn't me lying, this isn't me trying to, this is who you're dealing with. So DG's a call, give him a bit of wide berth off your narrative that you're spreading, use TPR. Don't try and destroy his life as well, like he's had mine in the past. Because it's been them that's been targeting me in the past, you know. You know, when I'm just doing my thing on TikTok for the last year or two, and he hates on me, he's had his little troops off TPR come in. I've dealt with these circles before though, people. You know, I've dealt with these circles of people before. It's like cult. It's like cultish. And if you don't engage with them, they all switch on you. So you know when the Stalker started going off and I've kicked in, the Stalker used to have loads of people in TPR, but he switched on them, so they became his haters with a passion. So you'll see loads of sites with clips of him hating on him. That's his old people. Now, because I've stood up and got counted off him, his old people have all latched onto me, came into my space, started thinking I was naive and like a dickhead, when I've been through this situation plenty, over the 8 years. And what happens is, all them can switch on you, and you've done all wrong. That's the way they are. They just say, who do you think he is? Let's get him out. And come at you. And that's the majority of his people. That's what they do. He can say people like go offline, he's doing, to the people that are really caught up with him, concerned for his health, and anyone that harms him will do anything they can to stop it. He's got all them sort of weird people. So DG Decor, when DG Decor's going live now, everything that they can get, they'll complain. TPR community will be like that, boom, 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 trying their hardest to get DG Decor's sites shut down. This is what he does. And then as soon as he gets them banned or shut down, he comes out and reinforces his narrative. Why? Because DG can't come back and scream right now. It might be in a few days, but once it's done, it runs with itself on TikTok, all over social media. It just runs. I've got like young lads who are 20 who will listen to him once and then come in my messages, you're wrong, and I used to follow you, you're this, you're that. I'm just thinking, okay. And this is the damage he can do. Just off spreading his dirt. That's the damage you can do to anyone. Him calling, like, running around, labelling people some of the most worst things. He is all of them. You can't call none of them drug dealing scumbags, right? Because they're not, but he is one. So everyone he's attacking is someone that's not criminal. Poor DG, eh? I know what he'll be like. If he hasn't got his bird with him in that house, he's not sleeping okay. Unless, like he's with hairy eyes and earlier on, he's in his pocket. You know what'll prove this? The only way, because you can't believe anything really, so the only way you'll know there's any substance to this is this. DG Decor will go missing for a bit. He won't be his normal self on social media, or he'll come out and address it. That's it, and that's what I'll tell you. He's shit at lying, DG Decor. He can't lie, in my opinion. So, again, this is me talking about it without believing it. I'm just looking at the options. Could it be? So when I look deep, and I'm thinking about if DG Decor has participated for the last week in nagging activities, it's come on the back of the conversation that stopped the threat getting worse towards him. Okay? So he moved around everyone and then came to DG Decor, and he was about to go for him. The Stalker was going to go for him. Somehow, it went a little bit and they've had a conversation, and then since that day they haven't really been harsh towards each other, have they? So if he has said something like, oh, I don't know where he lives, I know it's in North Wales somewhere, that's not so if he has had a conversation with this stalker and he has been led in the conversation and he has had leading questions, because they do this, you know, they're experts in it, especially the stalker. You can start a conversation with DG to call, lead them to the answer, and then delete his own and leave a little thing. So what? And he'll go, he might say, you must know where he lives, lad. How can you say you know what the situation is? You need to be telling me. Oh, okay. He lives in North Wales, but I don't know what street, I don't know what area. He'll remove the threat and then play. Okay, yeah, he lives in North Wales. And when you hear that, DG the call, you can stare. But he's manipulated. He's done it with me, he's done it with loads. He's done it with me on fake accounts. And then saved it and put it out there like I'm talking to kids. I've still got all the receipts over 8 years. I know every trick he's played, and you don't get worse at it, you get better at it. Like anything you do. If you're stuck in a field of expertise, the longer you're doing it, the better you get. The more you practice it, the more failures. The more failures, the more refined you are as a scumbag. And that's what he is. Every trick on the book to manipulate women, he knows. And the majority of the time, his influence in crime towards these people, he'll be using the woman. Do you understand what I mean? THB, you better get your bird out of that house. Oh, why? Oh, you're using me bird? Why are you going for me bird? It's got to do with me bird. Do you understand what I'm saying? But then he sits there screaming, people talking about Ollie. Deflecting, reverse psychology. Fine example. Instigated a madness with DHB. Through, I don't know how it even came about, but it came about. DHB's come out and went, fraud. Told truth on him, liar. Told truth on him, don't believe this. Just told truth on him. We ain't even on him. He's just come in like he's a big, I don't like bullying. Again, deflecting, reversing the psychology. The biggest bully in the room is saying he's stopping people from bullying. So it's just, you got to understand the mindset of this twisted up. You know, a girl broke his heart and he hasn't got over it. He hates, since a kid, he's developed a hatred because women keep on breaking his heart or abandoning him, and he's developed this way of using women. Majority of his audience is criminals and women that haven't got a clue. Or when you've got like the men that think it's good to treat women that way, and you know, that sort of Andrew Tate, Timu version type man. So use people, you know, use real people. And weird people over there that are supporting this criminal to smash innocent members of the public's houses up. They're giving him money to live on his toes for crimes that we don't know what they are. What crimes is he so worried about? When he went on his toes 12 months ago, what was he on his toes about for exactly? Why was he wanted? But, you know, has he done something to women? He was wanted for something. Why can't he discuss what he was wanted for? Why did you get on your toes? You come back onto TikTok screaming you're wanted by the police again. You went on this big plane journey and boat ride to get away from the UK. What for? That's the first thing you need to ask him as a TPR. What exactly are you wanted for? He must know. For him to take the risk of going on the run from the UK in planes and boats and staying AWOL in Europe, he must have had serious offences that he knows about. So there you go, you're supporting a criminal on his toes, you're feeding him, you're housing him. Whilst he's on his toes, he's engaging in criminal activity with other known criminals from the city of Liverpool and Ireland. You're still giving him dough, you're still pumping him full of money. The way he gets round it, he says to you he's a businessman. He's got his own money and he puts his own money into charities. All the gifts I'm getting off yous is going into Project A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Ponce. Oh yeah. See, always a little bit of entertainment in there to take you away from the negative vibe. Let's elevate. Let's rise. High vibes. Let's flutter, people. Let's have a flutter.